couple months ago when WWE did the breakup angle between Rusev and Aiden English, I remember, of course, sorry, I had to listen to the phone. I of course remember the whole one night in Milwaukee storyline that kind of felt a little abrupt ending, if you know what I mean, to it. Of course, last night's edition of Raw took place in Milwaukee, and man, I had people, of course, I kept saying I was not going to be able to review Raw last night. Again, I had people texting me at like 9:30 last night when I was out stuck in the snow in Cleveland, Ohio, telling me, do not watch Raw tonight. It is one of the worst Raws you'll ever see. Of course, I planned on doing a review, so that is why I came up here. And last night when I was getting ready to go to bed in my hotel room, I watched the highlights. And they were right. Nothing, not one thing on last night's edition of Monday Night Raw came anywhere to touching gold. There was like nothing on that show to me that I'd even give an average grade. What the heck were they thinking? Apparently, last week's episode, the script got done right before the show began. This one looked like that they literally, out of their mind, just flat out went out of their way to make this show god awful. Because I had to give it the grade that I gave it down below. Usually, I'm like, okay, well, I like this a little bit, so that's why it's not going to be a complete flunk. No. This show was a complete flunk from the start till the very end. Lazy booking, repetitive matches, terrible promos, and terrible godforsaken segments that did nothing for anyone on this show. What is wrong? Is this WWE punishing us because Roman Reigns is not around? Is this WWE just punishing us just because we've supported SmackDown or whatnot and we're not happy with the show? I don't know. Are we that bad of fans, as Daniel Bryan tells us in his promo, fickle, that WWE literally goes out of our way to insult their intelligence? I've heard rumors that last night's show was leading people to publicly announce on the internet that they were canceling their WWE Network subscription, which I'm not, because got NXT on there. Can't miss that, of course. 205 Live is starting to go down for me now because of, the booking of their general manager on Monday Night Raw. Again, I'll get that one, get to their show, but I'm not going to talk that much about everything on this show. I'm not. I just want to sit back and just laugh about it, because this show was an absolute laughing stock from start to finish. I battled through terrible Wi-Fi in my hotel room last night to, just catch the highlights from this. I wish I never did. But, of course, I want to review this and be able to give you guys my thoughts on this show as well. Because at this point, I just watch Raw. I know I'm still going to watch it next week. But it's come to a point now where Raw is turning into what the pre-show is to me. I'll only put on the pre-show to a pay-per-view if there's nothing else on and I actually need something on in the background. Just I'll be on my laptop, doodling around, playing my games, what I'm like, you know what? I'll put something on TV. I'll put the pre-show on. That's what Raw is turning into be. I'll turn Raw on. I'll be playing one of my video games or something that are doing other work. Maybe I'll edit one of my videos for work and whatnot. Maybe I should switch my schedule around and work Monday nights instead of Tuesday nights because of how bad Raw is. But, boy. But, guys, what's going on? This is the Club of the Man 93. I'm coming at you for this late Raw review. Again, sorry, but I was out of town for a couple days, on a little trip with some family. Didn't really end on the best note, but I'm not going to get into that. It's a little too personal. Yeah. I want to give you my brief thoughts. I say brief, it'll probably be like an hour show, but I'll give you my thoughts on this awful edition of Monday Night Raw. There's nothing really much to say about it other than just laughing at how bad it was. Before we get started, as always, let's check the live chat and see what happens. Let me see. Got here. We got Lauren saying Raw was one of the worst ever she's ever seen. She gave it an F. Nice haircut. Oh, thanks. I got it because of the holidays, and I'm going to a wedding in Philadelphia next Saturday, so I got one as soon as I got back. Yeah, thanks for the haircut. We got Larry saying, "Don't talk about the worst Raw of the year." Well, I'll get that sour taste out of the way by giving my thoughts. Apparently, I'm more funnier than Raw. I say that in a humble way or whatnot, so I'll clear you guys up with that. Did you hear that the Dean segment was pre-taped and wasn't backstage, and Bray was backstage but not used? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard Bray did return at Starrcade this past weekend and beat Baron Corbin. Now I'm hearing rumors he might be replacing Braun Strowman in the TLC match. Okay, I don't know. Vince was behind creative, of course, and probably Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know? Raw was an abomination for sure. The girl that asked Bayley and Sasha the questions was a fake, not a fan. I pretty much figured that they would do that, of course. Saw Monster's rant was epic. JD's rant was epic. Need to check that out. Baron is the reason why Raw is failing. Yeah, because of his terrible booking as a heel GM. Again, he should be killing this position. But one, the problem is, shoot, I'm trying to think. What am I trying to go with this? But yeah, he should be killing this position. But one, he has nothing to back him up for even him being qualified for this position at all whatsoever. And two, he's booked like the heel who pretty much is like, again, there's a heel who literally, is booked to look intimidating, and he is. And then there's a guy who's again, Big Show in 2015. A big guy should be intimidating. Instead, you just want to laugh at him for just how ridiculous he sounds whenever he talks. You know why? Scripted promos, which is pretty much why. Pretty much. Yes, fickle. WWE is considering to have Alexa as the GM, which I've heard rumors about that. Don't get me started on Drake Maverick. Please don't get me started on Drake Maverick. I don't even know why I bothered to watch Raw anymore. Why anybody would. We need to have a better shakeup next year. Well, again, Roman Reigns is not around, so I'm sure Vince will be like, oh, well, we got to make everyone look so bad on Raw because Roman's got to be good and whatnot. But who knows? They'll probably try to screw up SmackDown just so sabotage us because of that. But then again, they can't because SmackDown's making all their money. But last week, they didn't put on that great episode of SmackDown, and the executives were there. Everything okay? Hope you're good. No, I'm in a good place. It's just I found some bad news about a family member earlier today, but I don't really want to go into any details. But yeah, I'm fine. People went off online about this terrible show. Can't blame them for sure. And what's with the stable of Corbin, Drew, and Lashley? And why isn't Ziggler a part of it at least? Like, at least have Ziggler. That makes sense since McIntyre and Ziggler are a thing, but now it's like they're not a thing now. So this is because there are two other heels and they're both on the Survivor Series team, so they must be Corbin's henchmen and whatnot. So you know what? We'll go with that. So maybe that's the reason why. Who knows? Why do I know? Always 1,000 times more entertaining than Raw mic. Don't even start on that Nia promo. And the mic promo and wrestling last night was so awful for sure. Sounded like they were literally reading from a teleprompter. Bobby Roode needs to turn heel. Oh, he does. But why? Are you going to do it now because his robe is gone? Apparently, the robe is such a big deal that you have to keep him babyface. His entrance is glorious to be a babyface. The entrance, the robe, everything was the same in NXT except he was a freaking heel and he killed it. Again, who in God's forsaken mind was it to bring Bobby Roode up as a babyface? Oh, I know, because the guy was in charge of SmackDown. Oh, you didn't know? Huh? So funny to look at Becky's Twitter. Most of the women on the planet right now, she said something like Jax means toilet in some other language. Yeah, pretty much. I feel like everyone will be drafted to Raw because they'll get ruined. Well, that was the case last year for SmackDown. And Lars Sullivan, what the fuck? Don't worry about him, definitely. Turning Roode heel, if that ever happens, won't save his character at this point. I'm starting to worry that's going to happen. That's going to happen too. Thank you. Thank you. Mickey attacking Sasha from behind. Oh, we'll get to that segment. I was really pissed off at that segment also. When Triple H takes over, hopefully the product will be fixed. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure, definitely. But Vince won't do that until he's dead. Rude was better on SmackDown Live. He won a U.S. title. He did, but he still had a bit of a bland character. Like, you know, I'm sorry to say this, but his U.S. title run was absolutely forgettable. Like, I'm just saying, like NXT, he killed it. Like, ever since coming to Raw, he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match. He was in the Money in the Bank ladder match, keep in mind, over so many other people. His character has completely hit rock bottom for sure. Don't put and there were no matches announced for TLC. No, nothing new. Yeah, I saw that. Besides the graphics, of course, he main evented Survivor Series when he was on SmackDown Live. True. Don't put Lars on Raw. Definitely not. It's time for him to step down. He used to be great, but now he's too old. He's too old and he's full of his ego. That's what the problem is. And Road Dogg has also ruined everything. Oh, yeah, of course he does. Stone Cold taking over? Sure, why not? He's much better than anybody else. Let's just talk about this show quick. Let's just get into this. Opening up, like, let me guess, 20-minute heel promo? Oh, that's right, yeah. We open up with this, again, this random stable now of Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley, which, once again, why isn't Dolph Ziggler out there? Isn't he still with Drew McIntyre? Like, why all of a sudden are they separate? I mean, I knew last week there was a rumor that Ziggler had a foot injury, but he had to be in a match this week, a repetitive match, keep in mind. Came out there. They basically all said what they're thankful for. I don't even care what they even said. Although Lashley says like he was thankful for all the beta males wasting their life when he gets up every morning and takes what he wants. What the hell was that even said? They showed this saying how Braun Strowman is not going to be at TLC, it seems like, but the match is still on anyways. So Braun doesn't show up, then Corbin wins by 450, or Lord, please help me. That's going to be our main event. Screw that. Again, as I said last week, we're throwing two guys like Braun Strowman, who, yes, you know, I love the guy, but they book him so powerful. Then when he gets to the bigger picture moments, boom, everything just gets cut off for him. And just like, okay, they're doing the same thing again, but we all know he's not going to get to the top pretty much, so why even care? And then Corbin, who has not been booked well at all, apparently is getting this big match. Again, it's like when Sheamus got put the world title on him in 2015. He was not booked up for that position. Baron Corbin is not booked up for a big spotlight position right now. I am sorry. Again, if you can give me the Baron Corbin before he failed his Money in the Bank cash in, cool, I can accept that. But this, no, not at all. So that happens, and then, of course, we get an interview with Braun Strowman getting ready for surgery, saying blah, blah, blah. He might be on the shelf for a while, and he's never worked an arm this size or whatnot. He will be back to 100%, and he will attack the three of them. They're going to get these hands. Of course, they continue to say crap about Braun Strowman. Then the lights go out. And Elias appears. He just pretty much just plays us another song telling us how much Bobby Lashley sucks. So then we're supposed to have a match with Bobby Lashley and Elias, and then Leo Rush yanked the referee out of the ring whenever Elias was pinning him. And Elias won by disqualification. But then we use this old trick we've seen how many heel Corbin figures use. Corbin gets on a microphone and says that he didn't have time to announce this, so restart this match. This is now no disqualification. And then Bobby Lashley wins with a kneeling pin or whatever the heck it is. When Bobby Lashley, he showed some parts in this match and even in the Survivor Series match where, he does look dominating whenever he's not just being slow and showing off his muscles, because, again, that gets so old after a while. But this match meant absolutely nothing. This stable between these three means absolutely nothing as well. Bobby Lashley wins. Afterwards, I think they did a little bit of a beat down on Elias. I think during the match, they did an Alabama slam into the steel steps. But once again, it was pointless. And apparently, we were hyping up our main event, which was going to be Corbin and Balor. and then we're going to get a tag title match and an Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge as well. So you think, okay, we could be in some good stuff on the show. Nope, it all sucked the rest of the way. We have some video package of Dean Ambrose at a doctor's appointment. He says that pretty much he's just preparing to be back at Raw next week with that stinky stench, so he just decided to get update on his shots and whatnot. I forgot all the ones he said he got, but then he got a rabies shot, and they literally gave it to him in his butt. Whatever Ambrose said, again, the promos that Dean Ambrose is cutting as a heel are pretty good, like they're him, but the stuff going on around this is it's all just making us look like, oh, this is good, and then boom, just like a wet little fart, like we're having to see him get rabies shots now, and right in the ass. Vince's Entertainment, huh? You think? I don't know. We had that, and then Baron Corbin promotes Alexa Bliss to being in charge and overseeing the women's division pretty much. So, again, it's probably setting her up for her to eventually become Raw general manager since she can't wrestle right now. Then we get this Lucha House Party and the Revival in another Lucha House Party rules. Didn't we just have the same exact match last week? And also, who are the heels in this match? They're supposed to be the Revival, right? Now, how come Lucha House Party, the baby faces, are giving a 3-on-2 advantage? Once again, a heel general manager is in charge of this show, and he's giving the baby faces an advantage in a match. Why? Makes no sense. It's like, why was all of a sudden Roman Reigns not allowed to defend his title on live TV a couple months ago? Why? Makes no sense. Revival, who we're getting. Keep in mind, once again, we're supposed to be the sole survivors of the Raw, of the tag team pre-show match at Survivor Series. That did not count because apparently they accidentally penciled in the Usos to pin the Revival, but the Revivals look dominating. Again, the Revivals look dominating. Could you imagine how that would make the Usos look by pinning by them losing to the Revival? That would make them look ridiculous. And then, the Revival goes on. I don't get it. Not that I hate the Lucha House Party, but it's like these constant matches between them are not making anyone look any better. They're really not. I'm starting to think, it's the only reason why the Lucha House Party on Raw and Drake Maverick is being the manager of the Pain. Is it because, Vince McMahon has no control on the Superstar 205 Live, that he wants to find some way to get control of them and sabotage them in some ways? He's done it to Drake Maverick already. It's no secret. I'll get to that, of course, shortly. And then, oh, God, we got this promo with Nia Jax saying how, they should be, the roster should be thankful for her to lead her Team Raw and whatnot. She's thankful for breaking Becky's face. And, of course, she goes, I don't even care what she even said, but she was just talking about how, Ronda apparently has gone downhill ever since she's faced her at Money in the Bank. For crying out loud, she won the championship and won. She beat everyone else. She's beaten everyone else. And yes, she had the only thing downside she's had is a big beatdown from Charlotte at Survivor Series. And she told in this promo, and once again, Nia Jax sucks completely on the microphone. She does. She sounds so fake, and she's another Big Show. She tries to sound like she's like some intimidating monster or whatnot. You can't take her seriously because she sounds so fake. The man, in order to be a champion, you gotta look great on your worst day, or whatever it was. The way she's talking about it, it's like, you sound ridiculous. You should be you're a big girl. Well, of course, she's a big girl. I don't know how old she is, but she's 6 feet tall, 272 pounds, almost as tall as me, but weighs a lot more than me because I'm not big for size. Now look at me, guys. I'm not that, well, again, not as thin as I used to be. But shoot, I've lost my train of thought. But she just sucks on the microphone. She's supposed to be like a dominating monster, and she's not. They've half-assed her in the ring all these years, and they just continue to make her sound so fake on the microphone. Even Ronda Rousey couldn't save this promo. She came out, gave Nia credit, saying she's lucky she's from a warrior culture, saying something about how her being from a warrior culture is on the receiving end of that punch changed history and made her the face breaker. But her luck is run out pretty much. She's going to apparently rip her arm off and slap Charlotte across the face with it. So she offers Nia the whole let's not wait till the pay-per-view. But Nia, of course, is a typical heel, does not want to have it. She just got finished washing Lynch's blood off her knuckle. And Ron demands her stopping excuses. And then Tamina, and she also makes some joke that Nia and Tamina have a double date or something like that. But it was so stupid. Natty comes out to try to save them, but she gets cut off by the Riot Squad who beat her down pretty much. Again, made absolutely no sense. Then we, oh God, please. We get a Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was Authors of Pain taking on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. I remember nothing from this match other than the fact Drake Maverick, once again, babyface GM on 205 Live, is pulling heel tactics as manager for the Authors of Pain. Distracting the one, like this guy is ruined now. He looks like a complete hypocrite on 205 Live right now. I can't take him seriously. The P jokes last were awful, and it got even worse. He takes Bobby Roode's robe, goes into the bathroom. And here's the thing also, I didn't notice until I listened to a couple other people's reviews and whatnot. Apparently back in the Attitude Era, there were a couple, piss stories and whatnot. They never actually showed the person taking the piss. Like, was it Jericho pissed in Regal's coffee or whatnot? They didn't never see it, but it was implied that, hey, I peed in that, We see Drake Maverick go into the bathroom, shove Bobby Roode's robe in the toilet, and with his back to us, he pees on it. A monster tag team is getting, Vince thinks a monster tag team is going to get momentum behind them by having their manager, who is a babyface, awesome general manager on 205 Live, is pulling heel tactics, and now he's peeing on Bobby Roode's robe. I'm pretty sure someday there would have been some angle to ruin Bobby Roode's robe. Well, Bobby Roode probably should be a heel for that to happen. But there are better ways to make, clothing look ruined more funnier than the way that happened. Like, Dean Ambrose ripping apart Chris Jericho's jacket was funny. Like, that was written well to be funny. It was the right people, and it was funny. The thing with Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes, when Cody Rhodes threw Damian's briefcase into the lake, they made that look good. Like, I like that. A couple other things. Vince McMahon losing his hair, funny as hell. And you know what? Why couldn't, someone pissed on Vince's suit or something like that? Why are we having, again, a guy who's being two absolutely different characters on different shows pee on a robe just to make, that's supposed to be putting over a heel tag team. That is what Vince McMahon is relying on to make the Authors of Pain entertaining. Say this like, AOP, Authors of Pain. No, that's not funny at all. We're into comedy. When is Vince McMahon going to learn comedy is not for everybody? It isn't. It was not for the club. It's not, sometimes for the bar, but not really for the bar. Not for Cesaro specifically. For the New Day, for Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, it's not for the Authors of Pain. They're ruined now. Even though they're champions, they're ruined. They're another Gallows and Anderson because their whole gimmick is based around their manager, who apparently likes to piss himself. Thank you, Vince, very much. We got that, and then we had Um, we had some backstage segment where Alexa Bliss is telling Sasha and Bayley, they that apparently we don't really know them and whatnot. And so they pretty much want to have an open forum with the WWE Universe. Bayley, of course, apparently objects to it might be another "This Is Your Life," but Bliss says it's not a trick and leaves them to think about it, which, of course, it probably came close to "This Is Your Life." I've not seen that segment still. We have Alexa Bliss taking on we see Alexa Bliss taking, Alicia Fox taking on Ember Moon. Short match ends in Eclipse, but it was meant to promote the mixed match challenge because now that Braun Strowman is hurt, Kurt Hawkins is now Ember Moon's new tag team partner. Oh, joy. And he's celebrating he's won the World Series. And also, talk about also continuity. Backstage, I don't know if it was a backstage interview during the show or after the show, they were showing Ember being interviewed. Apparently, it says something about how she's undefeated, and then Kurt Hawkins hasn't won a match in 236 things. Ember Moon is not undefeated. She lost to Nia Jax. She got squashed by Nia Jax recently. Remember that? She lost to Sarah Logan in a pointless match. Remember that? She's not undefeated. After the match, they have No Way Jose come out. And was I mistaken, or did they accidentally put main event on Raw? Because we had Jinder Mahal take on No Way Jose. I'll repeat that one more time. Monday Night Raw, Jinder Mahal took on No Way Jose. And Jinder Mahal won. I don't care. We were then scheduled to get a Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge with Seth Rollins. He came out and, of course, said, he's been, chasing around Dean Ambrose, but he needs to get back to doing what he does best and being a fighting champion, which he hasn't done that since the Shield reformed. He's done chasing around looking for answers, and, of course, he hopes that, to see Ambrose next week. But he's here to throw the challenge down pretty much. So apparently the rumor is that people on Twitter, like, Mustafa Ali, Pete Dunne, and Ricochet, and a couple of, other stars, like, on like NXT or NXT UK or 205 Live online were answering the open challenge. So it was like, go for it. They might not win, but, at least, give like, one of the other brands another rub or whatnot. Nope. Apparently for like the 15th time I heard this year, we got once again Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. Because how many times have we seen that match this year? How many times? The match happened. It was nothing different. And then Seth Rollins won. And it was the first time in how long that Seth Rollins won with a Falcon Arrow. He never wins with the Falcon Arrow, and now he wins with the Falcon Arrow pretty much. So I didn't care because, we've seen this match how many times. We had this stupid segment with this like little Q&A segment to get to know Sasha Banks and Bayley, because that's what Alexa Bliss had come up with being, now overseeing the Raw Women's division. She scans the crowd to ask Sasha and Bayley a few questions, and it was some girl, which apparently again was fake, asked what they do to change the Raw Women's division. Bayley's saying she's proud of the division, which, come on, cut me a break. You're not. When you're getting the same tag match every year, you're definitely not proud of this division. Sasha said she would ship Alexa Bliss's butt back to SmackDown. And Alexa starts talking about how, like, the two of them are dragging down each other and whatnot. Blah, 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 blah. Those same stuff, like, don't get me started again, because that story is gone. That story of them, they hold each other down, is way gone. You have to start a tag team. Now apparently they enjoy it, which, screw that. And then this was the worst part of it. Bayley says she disagrees with Sasha. She wouldn't ship Alexa Bliss back to SmackDown. She would ship her back to hell where she came from. Bayley, this girl who we're supposed to be looking, who has this gimmick of, the fangirl gimmick, the gimmick that, girls are wanting to want to be like her pretty much. That simple gimmick there. We're supposed to look up to her. is a babyface and flat out tells someone they belong in hell. Like Sasha Banks saying that, okay, I can see that. Ronda Rousey saying that, okay, maybe. Charlotte, maybe. Becky, okay. Bayley, of all people, telling someone to go to hell. Bayley. You just continue, WWE, to book these girls worse and worse. And then we have this attack from behind by Mickie James, Dana Brooke, and Alicia Fox. I don't even remember who came out on top of this beatdown. But again, it was stupid. It was pointless. It was filler. This was pretty much filler. Like, I don't even know what was worse, this or This Is Your Life, Bayley. This was awful. Just god-awful. Waste of time. Who benefited from this? Nobody. This was stupid. Just like this whole episode was freaking stupid. Then we were supposed to get Baron Corbin and Finn Balor, but then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, they changed it to a 2-on-1 handicap match. I mean, Corbin to a 2-on-1 handicap match with him and McIntyre taking on Balor, and he pretty much just squashed Finn Balor. Afterwards, Bobby Lashley came out like, oh, because there are 3 heel stable. They all hit their finishing moves on Balor to get the win. I literally talked about that episode so quick, like no tomorrow, because I didn't bother stopping and get everybody's reaction to live check. I want to check it now, of course, do this, but awful episode. Like, who wrote this? There was no way. This episode either plagiarized or they literally went out of their way to book a terrible episode. Are you for freaking serious? Like, the Q&A thing was god awful. The piss stuff again was terrible. It was all terrible. I didn't even bother posting a poll on Twitter to see what grade you guys would give this episode. This was a piss poor episode. Hashtag Raw is poor party. Piss poor Raw. I don't know what you want to call it. I gave this episode an F. There was nothing on this show I could say I somewhat enjoyed. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. F for Raw this week. Gets a flat F for sure. Definitely, in my opinion, one of the worst episodes of Raw I've ever seen. You know what's funny thing is, I keep saying, oh, this episode was so bad, I don't know how it get any worse. Every week they show it gets worse and worse and worse. And worse. It's ridiculous. Let's go to the live chat and see what we got here. Where was I at? I think I was right here. Bobby Roode can be both really good as a face and heel. I mean, could be, but I still feel he's better as a heel, but still awful. Stone Cold, what? Renee still not knowing about Dean. Exactly. That is ridiculous as well. Braun is ruined. I don't even want to talk about him anymore. Bray's rumors will be replacing Braun. Larry's saying, what? Haha. Sorry, you're not stupid. See you later. Ever since Bray's face turn and going to Raw, it ruined him sadly. Well, Bray going to Raw, the feud with Balor put the dagger completely into Bray Wyatt's character. That feud with Balor for sure. Yeah, even like when he was with Matt Hardy, they won matches, cool, but they didn't even dig into that gimmick. There was so much potential behind that tag team, but no, didn't happen. Core was definitely better on SmackDown as a wrestler. Raw will be in her area on January 7th. That's when Cena returns on live TV. But should I go? If it continues to be this bad, I'd say no. Lashley's a heel could be great, but thanks to Vince for this sexual innuendo with him. I mean, what the fuck is that for sure? Especially Bobby's ass. Though he won't push Finn for some odd reason because he's small. D needs to be hooked as a heel. Do you think we're getting a Corbin and Alexa romance storyline? No, don't even go. This is a romance story. It'd be awful. Lucha House Party is pretty bad. On 205 Live, they're not bad, but on Raw, they're awful. Who knows if Revival or face? Alexa probably will be a better GM, of course. She works from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow. Sorry, out of subject. I work 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. SmackDown should be awesome, but I'll have to check when I get home. WWE ruined SmackDown surprises tonight. Don't give me anything. Nia's promos are better as a heel, though, but still, she sounds ridiculous. Ronda's makeup, again, is awful. Nia's promos are complete garbage for sure. Nia and Ronda will main event TLC, sadly, but don't say that. It's probably you're gonna be Seth and Dean or Braun and or the TLC match with Corbin and whoever they say. I personally think they should at least give a shot to Bryan Styles. They should, but you know, to me, being silent, well, better her being silent than her talking because she's even awful on the mic also. Yeah, Nia wasn't bad at all in NXT for sure. Could there be changes made to the TLC in the following weeks? Who knows? And now we're getting a Ruby and Natty feud all over broken glasses. I know. Team 2 needs to split, and Gable needs to go back to SmackDown. Why even split him and Benjamin up in the first place? They're going to do absolutely nothing with Shelton Benjamin. I don't know. I'm not supposed to know, though. Oscar Payne needs to distract with Win. Exactly. It shouldn't be happening. Rude got what he deserved, though, to be honest, with Pete on the rope. My goodness. Vince McMahon wants his own product to die. Seems like it at this point. He's a sick old man. W has been bad since they hired a new creative team, for sure. He has about 30 writers, and everything has to get an okay from Vince, so he kind of writes everything on this show, pretty much. Vince loves his heels who are big, sweaty men, for sure. Triple H would never write a shit show like this, for sure. And Raw is his baby, right? Wake up, Vince. You know SmackDown is where it's at. Yeah, they're going to be making him the big bucks on Fox in 2019, yet you couldn't put on a good show last week in front of the executives. Pathetic. Oh, we got Robbie. Nerds! Oh, Robbie, if you're still alive, chat, I got to say this. I was just in Cleveland for 3 days. I didn't get to ask it, but I think I saw Gene. I'm not even joking. I think I saw Gene at one of the casinos I went to, which I won $65 the first night I was there, but then I lost 25 yesterday. But I think I saw him. I didn't get to say hi, but I think I saw him. I need to ask him if he was at that casino the other night. You think Cena could save Raw? I'm not too sure, honestly. I really don't think he could. My big sweaty robot. And Bailey telling all this shit to Alexa was so cringy. Again, Bailey again told Alexa Bliss to go to hell. I hope they don't make Bailey and Sasha a team. I'm kind of sick of their gimmick, to be honest. Sasha deserves better. They both deserve better for sure. Did you see Ember jump when Hawkins touched her? I think so, yeah. Ember doesn't need to go to SmackDown for sure. She should have gone to SmackDown, never to Raw. Great way to completely kill Ember Moon. He already has. Kurt Hawkins, the most out-of-the-blue choice for Ember replacement partners. Someone like Chad Gable would have been better. I would have loved to see that. That would have fit great. Why is everyone great on NXT, but when they come to Raw, they're ruined? If the NXT stars go to SmackDown, they're fine. Who knows? One, because Triple H writes NXT, so he knows how to make good stars and make them feel important. Vince never does that. When's the last time you saw Vince? There's several occasions where Triple H hosts something and he'll bring out like flowers for the women's wrestlers, or he'll come out there and honor their talents for being as great as they are. When's the last time you see Vince McMahon do it? Oh wait, never, huh? Pretty sure. Ember. Better partner could have been Rude if he was booked right, Robbie. He's already booked with Natalia, but yeah, who knows? I agree. Where is B Team Beauty and Man Beast? Did they ruin them as well? Oh, they're back in catering. Trust me, Sasha, darling, a move to SmackDown is not a bad thing. She should think about that. Main event should have been Ziggler and Rollins, probably. That was the only good thing about Raw, even though we've seen the match 15 times. Ziggler got kicked out of the Drew McIntyre team. Yeah, who knows? Read my retweets regarding my Raw. It's great. I gotta check it out. Hashtag Raw is trash. Throw it out, man, for sure. I had something to put on the list also. For sure, get rid of the Universal title. We don't need it. Lesnar is worthless. And Mike and the chat of live. Mysterio is small and he's pushed. Why not Finn? Well, think about it. Once again, Mysterio's on SmackDown where he actually gets at least a chance. Finn Balor is on Raw, where apparently he likes to play in Finn's Fun's house, and he's Itsy Bitsy Balor, which is so awful. You do a review later or tomorrow. Depends on how late I get home and I catch up on SmackDown. So maybe tonight. If not, then probably sometime tomorrow, but not sure, because I work tomorrow afternoon also. Nice review as always. Have fun at work. See you tomorrow. Definitely. Looks like Vince hates SmackDown. Why? It's awesome for sure. Someone disliked this video. Maybe Road Dogg or Vince, probably. Raw is the place where talent dies for sure. It's a nightmare. B team, you blow. I love it, Larry. But yeah, I kind of rushed through this, guys. But I have to go to work in less than 2 hours. Well, I probably might leave a little bit earlier since it was like rush hour and it snowed here, but it's not as bad as it snowed in Cleveland. But guys, thank you for joining me live chat. Again, kind of a late review, but there's not much to talk about for Raw. Give Raw an F. Leave your thoughts on Raw down below in the comment section below. Click like, subscribe, or comment my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Maverick93. I'll be back up here again for my review of SmackDown either late tonight or sometime tomorrow again, because I'm going to be working in the evenings now for a few weeks for my holiday job on Tuesdays. So let's get my schedule changed, which maybe I'll change on Monday nights instead. We don't have to watch Raw. It could save my life. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me live. F for Raw. I'll catch you guys later for SmackDown Live. Till then, guys, peace out, everybody.